Devansh from X1. Today, sir has asked me a question from design and prototype that what will happen if we enter an invalid map size to the app.map So now firstly we will open our code and try all the scenarios that we can do. Firstly we have to go for a code to run it. Firstly we will go to the robot. Now we will run our code. We can see it is showing some errors, so I think I have to run it again. So this is our code, so we will do it fast. So now we will run this code. As we can see, now it is building up, and it is our URL link that we will copy from here and paste it on the Postman application. And this is our Postman application. Here is an option. It was basically on the get position. Then we will paste our code slash map. So now we will firstly we can send, it will show size 50. Okay, now our question is, when we gonna put and enter some raw data, like going on raw, if we enter, firstly we can see that it is 200. Okay, means request successfully, the server has responded as required, means server is responding to the required condition that we have already set up in the code. Like we have entered that if we enter an integer value, so it will work. I will show. If we will enter a value like abc, it is not an integer, and then we will run it. If we run, it will show 400 bad request. This server could not understand the request, or maybe it may be a bad syntax. It is showing this error. And at last it is showing that map size must be between 2 and 100, means this is not the appropriate command or input that we are going to give them. So it will not work. If it we will enter an integer value, it will definitely work. We can see that scenario. We can enter like 30. If we go to send, yes, map size is updated to 30, and it is showing 200. Okay, request successfully. And again, if we will enter some value like 12c, it is the another scenario that we can also check, because 12 is an integer but c is not an integer. So if we check by going to send, so we can also see that 400 bad request, server is not appropriately take our commands, and it is saying that map sizes must between the 2 and 100. So we have another thing, like we can fill like 1 which is less than 2, and very less than 100. So if we run this, it is definitely show 400 bad requests. And if I will show 101, it will also show bad request, because it is greater than 100. And another uh, option we have is to put 15.5, which is an integer value. So but it is not an integer value, sorry, it is not an integer value, so it will also show the 400 bad request. So these are the possible scenarios that we can try. And we have used here in dot try parse, which will not crashing our URL. So it is giving us a false value, not putting in exceptions. So this is the code and demonstration for this task.